Good evening, brothers and sisters. Still alive in the garden, Saigon. It's now. The Stickman Show. I think this is a good one. That's all of them. It's turtle time. They called me Rodney Josephson. Yeah, so the topic is returning home. The final steps. The inner knowing and transformation. Before we get into it, I'm not outside in the garden because it's a little bit hot. After this video, I'm going to bed, go off to dreamland, and then, so I don't want to have to take another shower. So, that's the truth. Okay, let's get into it. So Carl Jung, Christ consciousness and Kundalini. I've covered some parts of Carl Jung before, a few videos back. Christ consciousness, many videos, and some the Kundalini. And so I represent Christ consciousness here with the halo, 7 eyes of God, or actually eight eyes. Of course, here's the Kundalini. We got the the spinal cord and 7 chakras, but I have 8 there. It's okay. Now, people might think that this is a morbid discussion talking about death. No, it's not. This is not morbid at all. It's actually talking about life, rebirth, hope for a better world, for a better life, better new beginning. Oh yeah, definitely. So this video especially is meant to give people signs of joy, happiness, that there are better things to come. Okay, I know it. I'm the living proof, and I'm here to explain. Especially from Carl Jung's perspective, I've been doing it from the so-called Christ consciousness and the Kundalini, but let's get in detail and map this out like Carl Jung spent 70 years or whatever, looking at other people, examining them, from an external point, and mapping it out. Analyzing people, asking questions, and observing them, watching them die, like a scientist would watch people die and see what they do. Man, until the end, he had to go through some stuff, but he was asked questions like, does God exist, and what's on the other side? Again, he's more likely a scientist in thinking, observing others and not knowing inherently in himself what the truth is. So that's a different approach, as I've mentioned in other videos. Just like who's the English philosopher there? Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. This is my philosophy. Okay, while living, while alive, while normal life is going on, there's no ideas of dying or thinking about dying. Everyone's just living normally. Okay. 1. Disconnection. I mean, this is the signs of individuation, as Carl Jung would say, or the signs of awakening. 7 eyes of God, Kundalini awakening. These are the signs now. Disconnection constructed life. All the masks that people wear, all the fakeness, like, oh, how are you today? There's nothing behind that. I'm being sarcastic. So the constructed life, all the falsehoods, fakeness, all the lies that they've been learning and then living the lie and covering up the truth. Number 2, dream life intensification. Oh, vivid dreams. Makes sense. I can connect with number 1 clearly. I can connect with number 2, and I've explained my dreams before. Very vivid dreams. Better dreams than this dream. More real too. 3, deepening need for personal solitude. Definitely. Not that it's it's like going out of the way to be, I have to be alone. No, not like that. It's just life goes into that phase that the whole world changes, and the whole world collapses and puts you into a situation. What a coincidence, COVID. It puts you into a situation that you become locked in a room alone, kind of idea. And so you have to learn what it is to be separated. But it can go more and more extended, right? Not, again, some people go to the extreme that they don't want to even go outside, and, they order everything by Grab or telephone and everything delivered to them. That's something else. But a sense of seclusion to see what's going on internally and to re-examine life. And of course go out and enjoy life too. But knowing what home means, the sanctuary of stillness and meditation and just peace. These are stages again. 4, questioning of beliefs and values. Of course. What has been given to me by others in terms of beliefs, all this nonsense they put on TV, what your parents may tell you, all the nonsense they tell you in schools. They force you to learn in schools, and you must memorize it, otherwise you fail the test. All that kind of stuff. So you begin to question all that, and you remove almost everything. Of course. Some might call it brainwashing. And it all gets stripped away. And finally, persistent pull towards something unknown. Now I changed some of the words around, but there's a knowing of something, but an unknowing what it's called. A pull, like a drive. A drive. And what could that be? As I've mentioned before in my so-called my Christ consciousness, my awakening, March the 19th, 2023, I started, see all those significant others, like angels and taller beings, giving me directions, giving me messages, very vivid dreams, meeting brothers and hugging and, giving me the green light to continue on my journey and all that. That's what Carl Jung is saying by observing hundreds of patients. But I'm getting it direct. I didn't have to read books or watch others for 70 years. Thank God, I guess. But I guess he got money out of it. So then the slaying of the Goliath. What does that mean? That means all the, getting rid of all the nonsense that's in your head, or in my head. That means go slay Goliath. That's King David slaying Goliaths, like I did in the other video yesterday. So look at the stick man. So here's the fat man with all the masks and fake falsehoods and fake identities and nonsense, and then it turns into stick man, simplified. There's nothing left, just the stick. I guess that's why this is the Stickman Show. Maybe that's its ultimate destiny. A stick and then finally dust. Maybe it'll be the Dust Man Show after a while. A little humor to throw into the discussion of death. But again, it's not death in the sense that man would think it. Now, I did a video on the 3 stages of rest or actually death. And everyone's doing it every day of their life, unless they didn't sleep that day. Or die that day, I should say. A sleep is death. A nap is death, and the final death is death. But again, it's not death. It's awakening. It's a renewal. So I've already written about that, or spoke about that. That preparing or thinking of so-called death, which is not death. It's nothing to be afraid of, guys. You should be looking forward to actually the great transition to better things. So every nap is a death, and you wake up. Every night's sleep is a death, and you wake up. And the final death is the final rest, but you wake up. But you got to remember that you went to sleep and you woke up the next day. It's the same thing here, right? I mean, you do wake up the next day and you remember, oh crap, or oh. Same thing, isn't it? However, what the difference is, as I've mentioned before, you have the restoration or the resurrection. Now, what we're talking here are the different spirituality, or different religions and man science, all explaining the same thing. This process is not the restoration, but the resurrection. That means cleaning up the being, or the one that we are now, and going to bed, taking a shower before going to bed and waking up feeling new. That's what this means. So let's go to the next one. Now, this is while living. So either I'm dead now and I've rebirthed again, or I'm very close to death. I don't know. It's all confusing. It's all a dream, guys. But the dream is real, and no matter what stage you are in, awakened dream or a dream of a sleep, it's all the same. But you got to realize that's what it is, and it's just transitions from one reality to the next. And I've had many videos on that. So let's go to what Carl Jung, close to death, when he interviewed or analyzed dying patients within days hours, days, or weeks of their death. He went there to observe, not to help. Or maybe help them die without helping them, I don't know, who knows. So, now they're basically in their coffin, right? One, journeys, emergence of archetypal figures, emergence of archetypal figures in their reality, in their dreams or whatnot. Oh, same as what I've been experiencing. So either I'm halfway to death or I'm very close to death. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that it's all the same. If you're able to experience all this when you're 8 years old and you know you're experiencing it, well, that's even better. Next, luminous experiences. Again, my dreams, man. Oh, yeah. Again, these dreams that I've been having the last 3 years. I mean, they're awesome. They're awesome. I mean, I can't say anything else better than that. The one a few months ago, I had a dream of like a little luminous moth butterfly. I mean, it's like tingling, multi-dimensional color wings, and like a little angel or something. I mean, that was a nice dream. But it's real. So, seeing these nice little angels and other beings, it's energy taking different forms. In this case, my energy is taking form as hue man. A man of hue, a color, or a man of different vibration. Dissolution of ego into symbols. Symbols of unity. So remember, the ego is a part of everyone. I mean, you don't get rid of it. It's the yin-yang. Without the yin, there's no yang. Without the ego, there's no, there's no balance in this world as it is. You need the ego. But the question is, which one is stronger than the other? So don't forget about that. Oh, you're gonna get rid of your ego 100%. No, while you're in this so-called man's reality, you need the ego. So anyway, the ego, dissolution of ego into symbols of unity. What do you think that is? What do you think I made that? This is the infinity of one. All is one, one is all. It's the monad. Like my twin brother and I were one, and then he died, and then it's just me, but then I realized I'm alone, but I'm trying to connect to everyone. But most people don't get my drift. I take it wrongly, or they take it, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going home, and I know it. I'm going home, and I know it. Oh, I'm sexy, and I know it. No, but I know I'm going home, and it's great. Yeah, there you go with that. Now, sorry, yeah, that's the one. Now, two. Individuation. Unconscious into conscious. losing the mask. So becoming the unique one that each one is, losing all the BS on the outside, and realizing that's you, the self-realization. And it, again, you can do it this way, which is, you'll have still plenty of years left of life. This way, it's all hits you like a rock at the end. So it hits you like a rock here, but it's a little bit longer process, and you might have to go into a hospital because you freak out or whatever, or do some drugs or alcohol. But in this case, you're ready for the box. This case, you're not ready for the box. The casket, that is. I'm trying to make this humorous. So this is you're losing the mask. 3, ego versus the self. Again, the ego is battling the self, which is you anyway. You are the ego, and the self is you. But the self of the infinite self, that's infinite. It's been from eternity. All is one, one is all. That will always be, always had been, and always will be. The ego is attempting to keep you, or keep me alive in this wonderful reality here. So that kind of goes away as we're talking here, like their ego and symbols, and the yin yang. Again, you it's a part of you. You don't get rid of it. It's just you realize what it is, and then it goes to where it should go. Kind of tucked away, kind of thing. But it's still there if you need it. Just as like a memory. Finally, 4, consciousness produces. What did I get there? Brain. So as Carl Jung said, consciousness produces the brain. Well, I mean, it's obvious that consciousness has produced everything. Isn't that right? Consciousness made this wonderful white and pink whiteboard. That's man's creative power. It's manifest ions, manifestation. Someone manifested this whiteboard. Consciousness manifested this whiteboard. Consciousness manifested this being, this body that I'm in. I'm just visiting. And I'm going home. As everyone. So we can see that I'm almost there because I'm awakened. I've had my Kundalini, I've had my Christ consciousness. I've gone from fat to skinny, which I have in my life. But now I'm the official stickman, as AI would say. And I already know, life, death, there is no difference. Sleep, awakeness, it's all a dream. I see no difference at all. I've seen the angels, I see them in the dreams, I see them in so-called reality, awakenness. So I've done that. It's mapped out, clear as day. And it's fine. No fear. So let's go back to the questions that Carl Jung was asked. He was asked, does God exist, or do you believe in God? And he answered that based on patience, what the patient said. Well, the way I'll answer that question is, well, everyone is God, brothers. You are, I am, we all are a part of the monad. So therefore, yes, of course. I don't need to ask anybody if they believe it. I know it. And that's not ego, and that's not being, over, what would you call it? Boasting, and I know it all. No, I mean, it's just obvious. So that's the way I'll answer that one. That's all I know. God. There's no doubt in what I just said. Because I'm God and you're God. I know that you are God and I'm God. 2, what's on the other side? They asked Carl Jung that. He had to think and think. I don't remember what he said, but I know what's on the other side. I go there every night. And I've said that I know what the other side is. I'm just here to clean up things, for the progression or for the transformation to newer and different things. Okay. I already told you in my other videos or writings that about my twin brother. I already know what the other side is. I mean, it's just harmony, unity,